What's up, guys? This is match one of the draft. I'm playing against the Sensei. Cool guy. We always play. Um, Probably almost like 3 times a week so far. So let's see. I won the die roll. I'm looking at my opening hand. I have 2 quests, a Gaktai, a Marauder, the Big Pig, the 5/1 Pig for 3, and a Feldrick. And I think I'm going to keep it. There's there's no 1-drops in our deck besides one of the bears, so that's the only card we can really mulligan for. But this has a decent early curve. That's the reason to play it. So we're gonna start off with the Feldrake and lay a quest just to deal him 2. No reason not to deal 2. The Drake's pretty hard to kill most of the time, so leaving it out there, leading out with it's not that bad. Plus, we're gonna get value out of it later with one of our demons that require us to destroy one of our own allies to play it. So for my turn, I drew the 8/8 we were just talking about. One of the demons, so let's sacrifice a demon to play it. We're going to play the Gaktai, draw a card. I forgot to take the 2 damage, but the Sensei will point out to me. Got a little back and forth. He's like experimenting with new cards, I see. And it's like, yep, it's time to try out some demons. He's like experimenting. It's like, that's the only reason I practice. I mean, why else draft if you're not out there trying to practice? So draw for a turn, we drew another quest, which we're going to lay. We want to keep ramping up to our 6-drop. We'll deal 2 with the Feldrake. And then we'll attack for 2. There's no reason to attack the Time Walker Lightsworn. If he attacks into it, it's going to take the 2 damage anyways. And out of the cards I could have played this turn, I could have played the 1-drop and the 2/3. But that's not that great of an option. Like, I want to use those guys as resources as just the way the hand's playing out. If I played the 5/1, if he swings into it, it automatically just trades with his Time Walker. Most likely, he's going to run his Time Walker Lightsworn into my Gaktai. And then it gives me a turn 4 play, because then I could flip and destroy the Time Walker Lightsworn on my turn. So I just wanted to put it in a position where no matter what he did next turn, I can kill his Time Walker Lightsworn. So yeah, he attacked into our 2/1, which was what we expected. And the next turn, I know I'm just going to resource probably the 1/3, or maybe the 2/3, depending on what I draw. And then just flip on his ally, just so I can set up having the big 7-drop flip on the back. So, the pig's going to swing into the 2/3. Pretty standard. Like, I could attack his hero, but I really just want to keep his allies off the board, so when I play my big allies, he doesn't have anything to start swinging into it. So now I'm going to flip on his ally. So what I'm thinking is next turn, I'm going to cast the 5-drop demon, destroy my Feldrake. The turn after that, I'm going to cast the big 8/6 pig. And turn after that, if my 8/8 is still in play, I'm probably going to flip to make another 8/8. We're just trying to plan ahead. That's why we're thinking, like, on turn 3, we could have played the 1-drop and the 2-drop just to get more guys out there, but we don't need more guys out there. I'm going to win the game through these big allies, and those little allies are like perfect for resources to cast these big ones. So now he's going to buy back the... I'm pretty sure he's going to get the Crusader. Nope, he took it with the Time Walker. It's questionable. Like, I guess he thinks he's going to get a bunch of Unity. He's going to draw. So now we're just destroying. Like, we could row the pig, the 4/2, smash for 2, but I like just keeping the bigger ally. We just destroy our Feldrake, cast the 8/8. He says yikes because 8/8 is gigantic at this point. I don't blame him. I had an option to play the strong route, but Really, I could play an 8-8 or I can play a 1-9. It's not really much of a decision here. Yeah. And right now it looks like the beatdown's coming. He's already at 8. It doesn't take that many swings from an 8-8 to kill you, so he's got to go on the defensive a little bit here and like try to trade his allies into my 8-8 or something like that. Yeah, and just looking at my hand, no matter, like, most likely whatever I draw is going to go in the row. Just because we really want to get to 6 to play the 8-6 pig. And then the turn after, we probably want to row again just so we can get our second flip on our second flip on, or cast the 1-9 and the 4-2. So most likely what we draw is going to become resources unless they're better than the strong root or the child of M again. I don't know, I can't read it. The little pig, the 4-2 smash. Okay, so he turned on Unity pretty easily. He played Glory Alliance. He's got the Time Marker Lightsworn. He's attacking my hero. There was no good attack for him. There doesn't seem like there's any reason to swing his 3-3 into my Fel Region or Fel Reaver. It seems like no matter what he does next turn, it's gonna. He could trade into there if I don't get rid of his Unity. So yeah, I forgot to take 2 earlier, so he just reminded me. So now I'm stuck in a tough decision. Like, what I was thinking is I want to just roll whatever I draw, but the Fire Caller is pretty good against the human deck. Oh, he forgot to row, so he's going back and rowing. Yeah, no problem. So my 8-8 is going to attack his 1-4, because that's the only card that gives him a chance to kill my 8-8. That's fine. He's going to protect, which, I think most people would do here, because there's no reason not to. I could cast the 1-9, which lets him not really kill my 8-8, which is pretty good. I'm not really sure what the best play. If I cast the 8-6, he could just run all of his guys into it and kill it. If I cast the 1-9, I could stop some of his attacks, keep my 8-8 in play. It's a tough choice either way, but either way, it seems like I'm going to get good value because I'm going to make favorable trades while he's not making favorable trades. With the 3-4, I want to keep him because the smash is just great against the humans, and he's a little bit harder to kill. In the end, I decided to go with the 8-6, just because he has to run like his 1-4 and his 3-3 into it, and I'm still going to have the 8-8 in play. So, I mean, he's in a tough spot here. It's not like a really great game for him. So he's in a tough choice. Like, he can kill the 8-6 or the 8-8, but either way, one of these guys is going to start going to town on him. I'm not really. Yeah, I guess he has to kill the 8-6. If he leaves the 8-6 in play, it's just going to kill any ally he plays and deal extra damage to him. So, it doesn't seem like he has much of a choice. If he leaves the 8-8 in play, it just sets up where I could row a resource and just make a copy of it. The only thing I want to be cautious of if I do that is making sure he doesn't keep Unity. So if he plays Black Soul, the 4/5 Unity that returns an ally to your opponent's hand, he could just bounce my token and I just get nothing out of it. Either way, that's an ally I just don't want him to have Unity for. If he bounces my 8-8, I still have to sacrifice another demon to it, and I just don't have it, so. Let's see. He's drawn a card. The sensei's just in a bad spot. Yeah, he's just thinking what's like the best way not to lose. Or I'm just thinking like, how can I kill him the fastest? So this game's going well for us. Yeah, he's drawing cards. When you're facing down an 8-8 and an 8-6, paying resources to draw cards is typically not what you want to do. So he's been thinking for a while. I'm pretty sure he's going to make a play soon. The 3-3 and the 1-4 are going to swing into one of these allies and take it out. I think he just has to kill the pig and then play whatever else he has in his hand. I'm just thinking. He said, unfavorable trades. And it's like, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Like, I got big dudes, you got little dudes. It's always gonna be unfavorable when you're in that kind of position. Yeah, he has to kill the pig or else I think he dies on the following turn. Sooner or later he's gonna swing. You can already tell this game's going downhill for him. Because even if he does, he's trading 2 allies here. He still needs to deal with the 8/8 plus whatever else I have in my hand, which we know is a strong root and a fire collar. Yep, Lockwood is going to attack the pig. Pretty straightforward. And he should leave his protector back. I mean, he doesn't really want to just take 8 to the face for no reason, when he could just like throw his little 1/1 in front of it. Yep. So we're gonna ready up. We're gonna draw. Let's see. Okay, so we drew a gag tie. So with what we have in play, we could play the gag tie. Yeah, I'm obviously going to attack his hero. Maybe he won't protect. I mean, there's no reason not to try to get 8 on his hero when we can do it. We could just we have an option. We could play the gag tie and the fire collar, get more allies out there. We can make a copy of the 8/8. Either way seems fine. One lets us put more allies out to, not put all of our eggs in one basket of damage dealing. Yeah, both the options are pretty strong, so can't really complain. I'm going to just draw the card. Alright, we'll play the fire collar. That's a pretty good draw, Unstoppable Vessel. That just makes him not be able to protect next turn, which means he's going to take a lot of damage from the Legion. Fell Reaver. End of his turn, yeah, he kept 2 resources open. This is what we kind of talked about in the draft, having to play around the bear form. Now we know he has it. The other card he could have had is like Focused Heal. But we don't need to worry about it. Okay, he strikes our ally, that's fine. We don't need him. We have an 8/8 and basically a 5/4 in play. Let's see. Oh, Lions, Tigers, and Bear, that's a good card. And we knew we passed it. Not really worried about that right now, just because our guys are gigantic compared to 3/2/2s. We're not really worried about his protectors, like his hero or his other protectors. Like, we just have so much damage in play. I'm not sure what the better choice to copy is. I could copy the bear, because then I have a guy that gets through the protectors and still deals damage. Or I can just make an 8/8, which is just gigantic. Both options are good. He just doesn't have any real board presence. We don't really care about these 2/2s. We just need to... I'm just going to keep swinging his hero for the most part. It just all depends on what he wants to do. Okay, he's still thinking. He's going to swing his Ferocity ally into, I'm guessing, my hero. Maybe the bear. Yeah, the bear seems like the better choice. That way he can plan to protect with his 2/2 and take out the bear. And take 3 damage only. But if I was, like, either way, I could just swing my Fell Reaver into his 2/2 protector. But I still has to have the Unstoppable in my hand, so I think the best play is probably playing Unstoppable Abyssal, making his 2/2 protector not be able to protect this turn, and then just hit him for 13. Then we don't have to care about what he protects. I guess my play of swinging my 8/8 into his 2/2 protector wouldn't have worked because he has the bear form. So yeah, I guess it seems like the best play is just cast Unstoppable, target his protector, and then it's just beat down time. It also, like, the draw was pretty good. Like, drawing the Gaktai just perfectly fits the curve of making this play. And then just reminded him he takes 2 more than than he took, and I draw another card. Sweet, drew another copy of Stone Branch though, or Strong Root, though we don't need hint right now. So looking at our board, we have a pretty dominating board state. We have the 8/8, the 5/4 smash, a 4/4 that made him not be able to protect, and a 2/1. He has a 2/2 stealth, a 2/2 protector, Ancient Bear Form, which gives him protector and 5 health for every 5 resources. He has quest, but questing up right now doesn't really help him. I think he needs to pay 1 more for the quest, but yeah. Sensei says that hurts. Yeah, that's a lot of damage he just took. So he paid 4 resources to draw 1 card. Not really the best position to be in right now. And somehow he plays something to live for this turn. I could just make a copy of the Unstoppable Abyssal and make his, like, if he plays another protector, just make a copy of the Unstoppable Abyssal, make him not protect, and then swing into his hero again. So he's in just a really tight spot right now. Nope, he conceded this game. And then we're going to game 2. So I start a new game. I can look at my side deck. I could side in the Sash or the Quest, but we just want those against the aggressive decks, and his deck didn't seem really aggressive. I don't mind siding the 1-drop armor in on the draw, but we just don't need it right now. We're up a game. If he does somehow just like rush me out this game, I'll get to go first the 3rd game, and my big allies usually are enough to stop him. All right. Looking at the hand, I have a Gaktai, which is the 2/1 that draws a card. I have Feldrake, a 0/1 for 0, that when you place a resource face up, they take 2. I have the Marauder, which is just a 2/3 no text box for 2. The Caverns of Time is pay 1, look at the top card of or reveal the top card of your deck, and you can play it this turn if it's a non-quest, non-master hero. I have a Blitz, which is a 2-cost ability that deals 3 damage to anywhere. I have Shivra, which is a 4/4. When it comes into play, discard a card, and I put a 2-drop from my graveyard into play. And I have a Leafbeard, which is the 5/6 that exhausts something for a turn. Okay, so first turn we're going to lean off again with the Feldrake and play Caverns of Time, just to deal 2 to him. While we have the Feldrake, it's just time to get some value out of it. We're going to mulligan this hand. There's only 1/1-drop in our deck, so it's not like we really need to do anything about it. He plays the Time Walker Lightsworn, which is pretty bad for us. It's kind of hard to kill it if they're going second. Usually what happens is they make like protectors on turn 3 with like Glory Alliance or Time Walker Grunts or guards, which automatically turn on his Unity and protect the Time Walker Lightsworn. So he's got this 4/4 beater on turn 2 or turn 3. I'm hoping that like maybe he swings into my Gaktai somewhere. It lets me flip or cast the Blitz on his ally. Yeah. And that's a kick in the nuts. So he Wild Seeds our 2 allies out of play. He's going to make 2 Treants. Now I kind of wish I didn't cast that Feldrake, because I didn't really think about the Wild Seeds, and I knew I passed one late. That was pretty bad. And then he got a free token out of it. Yeah. Oops. Put something in the wrong zone. Nice thing is he didn't get to turn on Unity. The bad thing is he killed both of our allies. Well, that sucks. Alright. This turn we have a couple options. Like casting Gaktai really doesn't do anything for us because he just runs a little tree into it. Not really gaining value. We could cast the 4-2. Both treants kill it, and it automatically trades for the 1-4. So most likely it's going to trade for 2 treants so that the Time Walker Lightsworn wouldn't die to it. The other option is to cast Marauder, because both the treants can't kill it. It would take all 3 of his allies to attack into it. I think the row would be Gaktai just because it doesn't really do anything. We put into play, we'll draw a card, we'll take 2 damage. Then he just uses a treant, and he got basically for free to kill it. We're not really advancing our board at all. We're not making him like make decisions on what to attack. So Gaktai was the easy row. I don't really want just to kill both his treants. I just want to cast the Marauder. We're hoping that the Time Walker will swing into it so we can flip. Which is it also nice. It puts another card in the graveyard for the Avenger. But we'll have to see what he does. It also sets up next turn like we could cast Child next turn and then blitz off his Time Walker Lightsworn. We'll just have to see what he does, but this is the way we played it. Like, if he goes to Unity, he's probably going to eat our T3, and then at least we have some plays after that to... Yep, he gets Unity by casting Glory to the Alliance. Let's see where he attacks. Yeah, he's going to kill the Felguard, which is what we hope for. That way next turn we can cast the 4-2. He's going to trade for it, and we can blitz his Time Walker Lightsworn. The other option is we just lay a resource and flip our hero. Doesn't seem that great because... It doesn't seem that great just because we don't put a card in our graveyard, and we're not getting closer to the Avenger. And right now we're kind of getting our ass kicked, so we want to get that Avenger online. Alright, actually a pretty sweet draw. The 1-3 bear doesn't die to a lot of his tokens in play, where the child would just die to 2 of them. So the other thing that's nice about the rampaging Furbolg is that it turns on our Avenger, which is a 5-1, which you got on screen now. 5-1. If you have 6 or more cards in your graveyard, it gains +4 health and Protector. Right now we have 4 cards, so if we target it ourselves, it puts 2 cards in the graveyard. We get a Firecaller and our Big Pig, which kind of sucks because we want that guy against this human deck. I mean, honestly, we want that guy anytime, but we'll roll the Pig. Now we got something that could live through 3 of the attacks that he could make on the following turn. And just something that the 1-3 bear can start eating these little allies. The obvious row there was the child, just because it doesn't really do anything. He just has too many tokens that will automatically kill it. Alright, he has a second copy of Time Walker Lightsworn, which not good for us. And Child of Ursoc, which is another guy. So he basically has just played 2 4/4s, and he's hitting us for 3. So this game isn't going the greatest just because he keeps playing more allies than we can deal with every turn. And typically when you do that, your opponent's in a bad spot. Alright, so my bears will just going to try to take away his Unity. We'll eat one of the tokens. And I think we just have to... We have to play the Avenger. Like, we could play the Shivra and get back one of our 2-drops, but we have to discard one of our cards, and both of them are pretty good. I'd rather draw something bad, discard that. Yeah. I mean, the only real option is Gaktai, and one of his tokens would just trade with it, so whatever. We'll just cast the Avenger. Hope that he can't really deal with it that well. If we could get these big allies online, I mean, we have a shot. We're not that far behind on life. We only have 8 health, or 8 damage on our hero. We have a total of 28. Still got 20 to work with. We have a 5/5 Protector, because we have 6 cards in our discard pile. We have the 1/3 in play that milled ourselves for 2. He currently has a 4/4 because the child has Assault 3. His Time Walker Lightsworn is only a 1/4 because he hasn't cast another human yet. And he has 2 Treants, which are just 1/1 blanks, and a 1/1 Protector. Let's see what he casts. I'm hoping it's not a human, because I just don't want the Time Walker Lightsworn to become a 4/4 this turn. Though it's like unlikely because he's playing a human deck. So it's more likely he's going to draw humans, right? Well, let's just see what he does. Oh, okay. That kind of sucked. Child of Goldrun's going to deal 3. I'm guessing his 2 Treants are going to finish off our Avenger. Which makes sense. Like, why wouldn't... Like, who cares about your Treants? Oh, I guess he's going to keep one of his Treants and strike our ally, which is fine. The Treant's probably going to do more damage over the course of the game than the strike would do at this point. Okay, his bear eats our bear. Makes sense. He doesn't want my 1/3 to just start eating his allies, so... Yep. We're in a pretty bad spot here. Okay, we drew another quest. So, we're going to lay it just because we want to get the 5/6 in play first. You just to stop the bleeding. Plus, it's gigantic. Makes sense. We'll lock down his 4/4 and hope he doesn't draw another human. He didn't have one last turn, so that's good for us. Let's see what happens. Okay, so cast a human. He kills it. He's just going to take his tokens out and kill it. It makes sense. Get the big dude out of play. It doesn't seem that bad for us. We're still only at 11 damage on. He has a 4/4, a 2/1 Bancroft, which doesn't matter because we don't have any real good ways to deal with it. He's flipping his hero, putting 2 tokens into play. So he has another 2 1/1s in play. Really, like, whatever we draw, we're probably going to just play the Shivra. Tell Pork Chop. Pork Chop wants to play. I'm telling him just to hold on because we're finishing up this game first. Yep. I mean, we drew the Legion. Can't really do anything with it, so playing the Shivra and discarding it's fine. I'm not sure what the choice is. I could get the Gaktai, which draws me a card. I could also get the Furbolg, which is... it's pretty big. I think I have to go with... kind of want to just get another card. Or I could get the Marauder, which is pretty good in this spot. Yeah, Marauder's the best choice. I missed him on the first pass. Alright, let's see. So, his turn. He's only got 1 card in hand. We don't have any, so kind of in a same spot. Like, just looking at his board and looking at what I have in play, I think I would just trade my Bancroft, my 1/1, and my other 1/1 for the 4/4. Run my Child of Ursoc into the Marauder. So then that leaves me with my Child of Ursoc with 3 damage on it. It leaves my opponent with nothing in play. This is looking at it from his side. You still have your flip, which would heal all the damage from the Child of Ursoc, which would be good because your opponent, like if I'm sitting in his spot, if my opponent had that flip, he could just flip and kill my child. So I wanted to stop him from doing that. So you could kill everything and set up a position where Your opponent can't kill your last ally in play, and it's a 4/4. I mean, that play seems automatic. I don't know what the last card in his hand is. He's thinking pretty hard, so I'm guessing it's pretty good. Let's see what it is. Oh, he's drawing a card, which is good for us. So he drew a card, that's good for us, just because it means, like, with what resources he has, he's not going to really advance his board that much. So let's see what he does here. He's using the backflip. I don't know why he's using it yet. It doesn't make much sense to me, I suppose. I think he just wants to heal the one damage off of his child. But that doesn't really make much sense yet. Let's see what he does. Like he probably has something. Healing it before he attacks. Yeah, I don't know why he would do that. Okay, so now he has 2 damage on his child, which still lets me flip and kill it. Where if he would have just attacked first and healed for 2, it would only have 1 damage, and my flip cannot kill it. I don't know why he played it that way. It's just interesting. And then he's done. Huh, okay. So I'm going to flip. Pretty straightforward. He left me an opening to kill his child where he shouldn't have. And given what I drew, like, there wasn't anything I could do about it this turn. And since I just have 2 extra resources, I'm just going to gain 3 health back. So that's like one slight misplay. He could have played it just a little differently. Let's see what he does this turn. Oh, 7 resources. Frenzy Fin. What's this guy doing in his deck? Frenzy Fin's pretty bad. And he just said, no, I don't have any other Murlocs. That seems like... It just seems like if you're going to play one, you want a second copy. Usually when there's one, there's more. Alright, not a bad draw. Not the greatest. So, yep, his Frenzy Fin is just big in this situation. Like, the best card I could draw is Blitz. And that's if he doesn't play any other protectors. Oh, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, that's bad for us. Last game when we had big allies in play, we didn't really care about it. This game when we don't have like anything but a 1/9 in play, him putting 6 power and 6 health into play is pretty rough for us. Especially when he already has a 5/5. I don't know if he just side into the Frenzy Fin because he wanted another huge ally against this monster deck, which typically plays huge allies. I guess I can be grateful he doesn't have more Frenzy Fins in his deck, or else I would just be buried in card advantage. Frenzy Fin should attack the 1/9 just to set up to die next turn. Yep, and then he's putting damage on his tokens. I think he meant to attack with a Frosty, attack with a Protector, but I'm sure he'll fetch that up. Alright, he's done. So I'm in a pretty tough spot. Like, his Protector stops my 1/9 from destroying anything. I'm going to cast the Moss Spark just because I want to get a 5/5 out there. Start training his allies. I could get really lucky and play Caverns and hope to hit like Blitz or something like that. Or another Gaktai, just another ally to get into play so I can start trying to trade with his allies. I could hit a Child, which would be decent. Still trades for one of his allies. Uh, let's see. He says, amazing how many good monsters I had. Yeah, I drafted a monster deck. I have to have some good monsters, right? Like, I'm not going to play the bad ones. And then you look at my hand and there's a bad one in it, so I guess I am still playing some bad ones. Alright, so I'm going to just gamble. I'm going to Caverns, hope to get one of my 2-drops. I don't hit. I think there was like 3 left, so that's pretty bad. I'm still just going to plan to play Path at the end of his turn. I couldn't attack with my Strong Root because he has the Protector, so I'm done. I'd be surprised if I could come back and win this game. I'm just too far behind. Like, it looked like at one point it looked pretty good for us, and then he drew, like, we were both off the top, and he drew a 5/5, and then he drew Lions, Tigers, and Bears and just buried us. Okay, so his Ferocity guy is going to just trade, which is fine. I don't mind if he wants to take a damage ally off the board. The other option, like this turn, if I was him, I would just swing all his allies at my hero. Like, I'm on the defensive. Oh, God, that's not good. Yep, another one. Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Yeah, that's real bad for me. Pretty sweet that he has 2 of those. I would love to have 2 of those in draft. Now that he's played that, everything should just hit me. That'd be 11 damage. He'd have 15 damage still in play for the following turn. So even if I killed his 5/5, then I would just die. The way he's playing it is very defensive. I don't know why he would swing it that way. Just go for the throat, Sensei. Especially when you have Dreadlord in hand. I mean, that would make him have 19 power or 19 attack in play. And there's no real cards I can think of that would let me come back from that. So, alright. Alright, yep. I'm going to draw a card and I'm going to discard. I'm just going to discard the Eye. It costs 1 more. My Hulking Hellboar can trade with any of his allies, so the cost makes it. The cost just makes it good. Of course, it's 1 card deeper than I need it to be. I needed that Blitz to be on top of my deck last turn. But if he would have played it the way I mentioned it, it wouldn't have mattered. He would have just had too many allies for me to even try to mount a comeback. Even the way it is, like, he just, I guess if I would have kept the Eye, his board position would have been a little bit worse. But he could still just swing. The way he played it, like, now he has to trade his bear for, like, one of his, not his bear, but his tiger for my Hellboar. He could Caverns, so let's see what he gets. Oh, well, that's game. He had an Elsa Lockwood that could just bring back the Dreadlord or the Bancroft or the Lightsworn. Well, I'm not sure which one he's going to get, but I would probably get the guaranteed 4/2 elusive ally. Yep, this game looks like it's going to game 3, so I'm going to hop over, talk to Pork Chop, and tell him he's got to wait a little bit longer because I'm getting my ass kicked this game. Double Lions, Tigers, and Bears is just unfair top decks when we're on even board states. Let's see. His Tiger trades, which we expected. I mean, that's pretty obvious. He's going to jam me for 7, and next turn I'm going to die. So let's see. There's no card I can draw. So unless he just disconnects or gives up. He said, ugh, I played that wrong. I don't know if it matters. I said, yeah, okay. I don't know what he did wrong. It doesn't seem like that poorly. I drew a card that doesn't help me. Ask him if he wants to play game 3. See who would win this match. Going first. I'm still not going to sideboard in my defensive cards. Doesn't make any sense. Let's see how game 3 goes. Alright, let's see. So we have a Shivra, a Gagtai, the Avenger, a Child, the 4-2 smash, Vainglorious, Eye of the Legion, and Blitz. So I'm thinking, like, it's not a bad hand, it's not a great hand. But I have a lot of resiliency, like a lot of 2-drops. So, like, this hand, it's like 50-50. Like, there's not, like, anything that makes me compelled to keep this hand. I think I could do better, but I'm not sure. Yeah, let's try it for something better. So I start off with a hand with no quests. I have the 8/8, which needs the Feldrake to sacrifice, but I have a lot of demons in my hand, so the Shivra is a demon. It's a 4/4 that lets me bring back a demon that I have in my graveyard, which would be the Gagtais. I have Unstoppable, which usually lives through a turn. So, and I just need quests. I just need resources right now, so Feldrake, you have to suck it. Most likely what's going to happen is the Legion's going to become a resource. Yep. So, oh, sweet. I drew a quest, so that makes this turn easy for resourcing. I'm playing a Gagtai, drawing a card. And we hit another quest for next turn, which, given that our hand is all decent allies, drawing quests right now is pretty key. Like, if we're drawing more, like, really relevant spells for this matchup, it makes it, like, winning the game a lot harder, because we're going to have to row some of our like, allies or our abilities. So drawing more quests right now is pretty sweet. He decided to trade the Bancroft, which is fine. And then he cast Time Walker Lightsworn. Alright. So we got a lot of choices this turn. I could cast the Hellbore, which seems kind of loose just because he has Wild Seeds in his deck. So if I cast the Hellbore, he Wild Seeds my Hellbore away. That would be pretty bad for us. I think the better play is casting the Child. Just because the Child can straight up threaten to kill the Lightsworn. And if he plays like the Time Walker grunts to turn on the Lightsworn and he doesn't trade for the Child, the following turn I can just Unstoppable Abyssal his one protector, swing my Child into his Time Walker Lightsworn, and still have my Child live. So yeah, Child's the best play. And this is where now we've seen he has Wild Seeds, we want to play around it. So pretty straightforward not to cast the 5/1. Oh, good. He did have the Wild Seeds. Yeah, he needs to deal fatal damage to put the chain in play. I'm pretty sure he meant to attack with the Time Walker Lightsworn first. But yeah, I'm telling him, hey, you didn't play in the right order. Go ahead and play it in the right order, because this isn't like World Championships playing for top 16 or anything. Like, I want to see the best results of the match. I told him, like, I don't mind. Like, if you want to attack first, it makes more sense. I said, it's up to you. Just play whatever way you want to. Okay, so he's going to trade his Time Walker Lightsworn. We're good for trade for us. A Wild Seeds and a Time Walker Lightsworn for a Child. I'm not going to ask for much more that turn. Yeah, we're going to row this Hulking. It doesn't really do anything for us. We have choices. I'm just going to go straight up for the Demon. No reason not to. It lets us set up a turn where, like, maybe I could trade this in for like a 3/4 and then sacrifice an upgrade to the 8/8. And this really, none of my other plays are that great. I cast Crusher, which looks like it would live for a while here. But, who cares? I'd rather just get the big ally and play when I have the initiative on the attacks right now. So I take 1, I go to 3. I think we just want... Yeah, let's see, hold on. Now we got a lot of choices, because we could cast either of our 5 drops, we could cast our 3 and our 2 drop, we still need to resource. We just drew the big tree, which we want to get to. And he has a bunch of little allies in play, so let's start killing things. The Earthen Crusher just looks like a god right now, because he has like 1 defensive allies in play. And then what I think the best play is I'm going to take 2 past the Gaktai, draw a card. We're going to row a Gaktai because that's not important to our plan. Hold on for a second. Alright. The other card we're going to cast is the Earthen Crusher after we just played the Gaktai. So basically, I don't care if he trades with either my Gaktai or my Unstoppable. I'll still have the Earthen Crusher out there, which can take down any ally he plays at this point. So seems like a good way. And if he doesn't kill our demons, we can upgrade to the 8/8. I mean, it'd be kind of silly if he doesn't, though. Yeah, so he attacks both of our allies, which, you know, kind of expected. Didn't really think they would stay in play. They were like the best trades you can make. And Lions, Tigers, Bears. That's pretty good. This is, yeah. I mean, it's fine. Like, the Crusher's going to take out 1 or 2 of these allies, which isn't that bad. I'm not really going to worry about it. I mean, killing 2 out of the 3 allies from the bomb Lions, Tigers, and Bears is a pretty good trade for us. So, what I'm thinking is, if I flip on the Protector, I can swing my Earthen Crusher and take out the other Lions, Tigers, and Bears, and it would leave me 1 resource open, so he couldn't swing his last Tiger into it. It would just straight trade, so that would mean that I killed all of his allies with the Earthen Crusher and the flip. I could also just cast the Big Pig and make him run all of his allies in there. That doesn't seem that great since I already have damage on my Earthen Crusher. Another option, just swing my Earthen Crusher and just Protector and pump. And play the Gaktai. None of those seem as good as just flipping on the bear, attacking the lion, and leaving 1 resource open. And then I still have enough resources to kill his tiger, so I mean, this just seems like the best play. I don't really want to, you know, I could row. I can probably row the 8 drop. I don't really need, or the 8/8, because I don't really need him for my plan. I'm not going to heal any damage because I want to keep the resources open for the Earthen Crusher. So with that, I'm done. He only has 1 card in his hand. He has the 3 quests, which is concerning. But my hand's just big beaters, and I'm in a position where I'm not like super far behind, so that's fine with me. I'm going to pump my Crusher, trade for the Tiger. And then see what he does. Like, this Well of Eternity is not the greatest draw for him because he doesn't have any allies in play. At worst, I was going to say at worst he can Lions, Tigers, and Bears, which he does. Let's see. It's not that bad. I mean, I have answers. Like, I cast the Big Pig, and either he runs all of his guys into it, but if he doesn't kill it, then it'll just eat all of his allies by himself. So let's just play the Big Pig. Like, the other option is cast a tree, but I don't like it as much. It's going to take me a lot of turns to kill all of his allies, and really I just want him to run all of his allies into my Big Pig. Next turn I'll play the Leaf Beard, tap or exhaust down one of his newest allies. Next turn I'll copy it, swing into one of his allies. I'm just going to start gaining board tempo there. If I played it the other way, he'd have 2 allies ready to attack, and then it would take me about 3 turns to kill his 2/2s. The pig just threatens to do that in 1, so he has to deal with it here. So I think that's the safer play. So he can't complete Well of Eternity because he needs allies. Yeah, okay, all of his allies attack my Big Pig, which is straightforward, what we expected. And right now I'm just hoping he plays an ally that I can lock down with Leafbeard. It's probably the worst ally for him to play because he can get the Crusader back, but yeah, that's fine. I mean, nothing we can really do about it. And those 2 allies by themselves can't kill the Leafbeard, so We draw a quest, so we're going to put that into play. We're going to lock down his 3/3. There's no reason to take extra damage here. Locking down the Protector would let us start attacking the ally we want to, but yeah, no other reason to lock down the Protector. Like if he wants to deal damage to us, he's not leaving his Protector behind, so that's good for us. Probably going to complete well. You didn't have any cards, so might as well draw while you can. Let's see what else he does. He could documenting. He's probably going to play an ally from hand. Yeah, he plays a little Time Walker Lightsworn. That's pretty good. So, most likely just looking at what's in my hand. My Leafbeard's just going to attack Time Walker Lightsworn if possible. And then if he doesn't attack with his Crusader, I'm going to flip my hero, make a copy of the Leafbeard, and exhaust his Crusader. His Crusader. And then swing into his Time Walker Lightsworn. Like, the Lightsworn only has one attack on my turn. So I don't want it to ever have 4 attack in this situation. So I'm just going to remove it now while I can. So we're exhaust down his Crusader. We're going to swing our Leafbeard into the Lightsworn. Yep. So second flip is in. Let's see what he does. Alright, so he has 2 cards to my 3. I have 2 5/6s. He does not have 2 5/6s. He has a 2/3 Protector and a 3/3 that already used its power, returning a 2-drop to his hand. So he plays Stella, which makes his allies have +2 attack. That's good for him. He can trade the Elsa into my 5/6, which he needs to do. He's asking me if that works correctly. I'm like, yeah, you have a Unity. You have 3 humans, so yeah. So we trade. And then after that, he's done. I'm not a big fan of Stella. She's kind of expensive for what she does. Like, if she was a 2/3/4 drop, I'd be way more into her. But as a 3/4/6 drop, whatever. I mean, I'm going to kill her. There's no reason not to. And now it's time for me to just start playing allies. I'm going to play the Eye. I'm going to look at the last card in his hand. He shows me a Leafbeard, which is just weird. It doesn't do anything for him. It's just a big body. So maybe he was on the sideboard in big guys against the monster deck plan, which is actually a pretty good plan. Like, usually you don't have anything to deal with them. So if you just play big guys, that's fine. So, and then we're going to gain 3 health. We could cast the Gagtai. It doesn't really do much because he just sinks his Crusader into it. Not really any reason to do that. And we know his last card in hand. So there's no reason to cast it there. Let's use it for value later. So he's Cavernsing. He doesn't have any monsters in his discard pile, so doesn't seem very exciting for him. I think he just has to play the 5/6, right? And just leave that guy on top of his deck. Which kind of sucks because it means he's doing nothing next turn. Let's see. Alright, so we draw the second copy of Strong Root. Which is good. Like, we're kind of got an advantage going on here, so making sure you can't kill my allies is good at keeping that advantage on. With my 5/6, there's no good attack for an ally, so we're going to swing at his hero. We're going to play the Strong Root because we want to get some defense out there, and we're going to play the Gagtai draw card. This just lets us get more damage out on the play, and he can't break through our defense as it is with just his big leaf beard. You know the card he draws is going to be a complete blank because he doesn't have a card to discard to play it. Shiva's that 4/4 that you need a card to discard to put into play, and then when you do, you get a monster or 2-drop back from your discard pile. He unfortunately does not have any monsters, so I don't know why he's playing that. Like maybe he has a monster 2-drop it somewhere, but typically pretty bad. My plan this turn is he's going to swing with his 5/6. I'm just going to protect with my 1/9 anywhere. I don't really care where he's attacking because I'm just assuming he's going to attack an ally. Alright, well that's not the ally I expected him to attack. He really shouldn't attack any of my other allies and then make me protect, but I know that, if he had any other ally, it would ready, but it's still like technically the right play to do it, so. I could go for the throat and just swing 10 damage on his hero, put him to 15. I could just trade the beard and not have to worry about it anymore, which doesn't seem very good. I could just do this. I'm going to swing the Gaktai in, blitz him away, and then attack his hero for 9 still. Plus it opens up, like, if I draw Shibra, then I can just play it and get back a Gaktai now. Where if I would have traded any of my other allies, it just doesn't do that. And then we're going to put the other Strong Root out just to make the complete stranglehold on this game. So, yeah, I got 10 damage coming, 10 damage coming at him next turn, which puts him to 25. I could have used the Blitz to, like, kind of try to race him this turn, just, like, hit his hero, but I felt like there's no way he's coming back either way, so I'll just play it the way I played. You don't want him to keep the 5/6 in play with his flip, his second back side flip that lets him heal, because then it's just like he's getting free cards from, like, using his big ally, take out my little allies, and then just heals all that damage away, so all that damage that they dealt are gone. He's going to cast 2 1/4s that can gain Assault 3. Not really worried about either one of them right now. I mean, I could just, if I wanted to, just trade my eye and my Strong Root into his child just to make sure he doesn't have, 4 attack worth of power on the following turn. I have to imagine he's got a flip soon. Get that second flip online, but he hasn't done it yet. Yeah, he uses second flip, gets the chance in play, which I don't care about because I have Strong Root. The Strong Roots can eat those and I won't care at all. Alright, so I drew another Smash ally, which is good. They're also, 5/4 for 4 in this position is just a good deal. I think I'm just going to take the Treants off the board. Let's see his last card first, I guess, before we make any decisions. Oh, Frenzy Fin. Who cares about that guy? That guy's way too slow to matter at this point. So I'm going to kill his child. No reason to leave him with 4 attack on his turn, when I could just only take 1 damage here from my ally. The eye's going to attack his hero because there's no great attacks for it. I have the 2 Strong Roots ready if he somehow is able to give his Lightsworn Unity. Like if he just plays Gory Alliance or something like that. And the way I have it, I looked at his hand for 1 resource, and now I can play my 2-drop and my 4-drop, and he's basically just buried. I have so many allies, he can't kill all the key ones. He's at 17, he can heal 9, But if he just wastes his whole turn just healing 9 damage here, it doesn't get him any farther back into the game. So this game's basically over. We're just going through the motions. And, you know, we wanted to eye him just to make sure, like, there's no card we didn't think about. There's not just like a random, like, Despair of Winter that we don't remember. I'm going to switch over, tell Pork Chop, like, this game's almost over. It's going to take, like, another couple turns, but we're just going through the motions. So game 2 is coming up. I'm going to play Pork Chop. For those who don't know, Pork Chop loves drafting orcs. It's like his favorite thing ever. Yeah, he said game over. I can't even if I hero, I can't clear them all. I'm saying, yeah, there's no comeback cards in Druid, so I have what, 10, 19 worth of attack in play. So even if he heals at most 9, he has one more turn at most. So, I mean, this is just game 1. I think my deck performed pretty well. We saw a couple questionable cards in his deck, but sometimes it just happens if you have a bad draft. Look forward to, I hope you guys watch game 2 against Pork Chop.